That's how I want to live. I want to die like I lived. Fully monetized.
All right, well, welcome everybody back to Beyond the Board. Full disclosure for everybody who's listening, the audio that I had with the game that we played from 3 weeks ago was complete trash. And so we're going to record this. It was hot garbage, man. We could hear loud noises and bangs. But hey, I've got upgraded mics. We're going to have some fun with this, man. How's it going, buddy?
I felt better, but I'm all right. I'm alive.
The doctor says you got some allergies.
They severe seasonal allergies with all the dust and crap we've had blowing around. I'm not surprised.
Me either, buddy.
I live out in the middle of pasture, so I get pollen, I get ragweed, any possible allergen, I've got it.
You've got the worst place in the world to live if you're going to have allergies is out in the middle of a pasture. You're going to hit everything. So, let's get into this, my friend.
Let's do this.
So, I know in our original game that we played, you told me a little bit about your chess beginnings. So let's just start from the beginning, man. What brought you into chess? Did you play as a kid?
So I played a little bit in elementary school. We would indoor recess during rain and such. We would pull out a chessboard and we would play. We would. None of us knew what we were doing, but that's okay. It doesn't matter. At that point, we're just learning the basics.
At that age, you don't need to know anything else besides how the pieces move, and then eventually you stumble into checkmate. Although I do wish that some of the, when you're starting to teach kids how to play, that you teach them at least how to checkmate somebody.
I think it would have been a lot more beneficial at that time in my life if I would have actually had somebody who knew how to play. I knew castling was a thing, didn't know how to do it, didn't know what it was, never had seen it. Now, obviously, I do, but it was just a fun little thing to do when we had nothing else to do. And from there, I really didn't do much past their 10, 15-year hiatus. Picked it back up here with you and a few other coworkers. And it's just gone from there. I still play semi-regularly. I'm pretty casual about it, but...
Those were some good times when we first started playing chess here at work, and on our chess breaks, we'd go to chess breaks.
Chess breaks.
No,
Basically, that's what they were.
The final break of the day, we'd go sit outside. We used to have a patio here at work, and we'd go sit out there. And there was probably 6 or 7 of us sitting at a table playing chess
Easily.
At one time, easily. And man, those were good times. We kind of haven't done that in a while.
We ended up having the fantasy chess league from that group. We had the never-ending chess tournament from that group.
Which the never-ending chess tournament was when we had 6 of us.
It was it 6 or 8?
Let's just say 8, just to say, because I'm pretty sure it was...
I think it was 8, because I think we had 16 weeks of it.
Yeah,
we did one game a week, and then we alternated black to white. It was a round robin.
Double round robin.
And
everybody was wore out after that.
It was fun, but it was painful at the same time.
Well, the thing was, it was a 1 game a week, and it was a 15-10, so the games were 45 minutes, which I thought when I was setting the tournament, I was like, oh man, that's got to be great. That's not a very long time. And it was only 1 game a week, but for some reason, just because it was a prolonged stress.
So stressful.
16 weeks is like...
It was so stressful for no reason.
It was good, though.
It was fun. I enjoyed myself. I think I learned a lot from that. Mostly that I needed to learn more.
That's how we all feel, man.
That's where I found the Scholar's Mate.
Didn't you have a pretty famous one with that one?
Semi-famous. It was the shortest game in the tournament. We had, I think it was 30 seconds long. Four-move checkmate.
Was that against Caesar?
That was against Caesar, and I felt so bad afterwards. I had to call him up and apologize. I'm so sorry.
Oh, didn't I just show you that?
I had been playing blitz games on just against random opponents on chess.com, and somebody hit me with it, and I'm like, what just happened?
What was that?
I had to go back and look at it, and I'm like, oh, this is what he did. And then I proceeded to try it on the next 15 opponents, none of which fell for it.
No, actually.
Until I came to Caesar. It was great.
And that's one of those traps that when I'm teaching kids, I'll teach them the Scholar's Mate. I teach them how to do it, and then I tell them you're going to get some pretty cheese wins out of this until you start running into people who know how to stop you from doing it.
Well, and it doesn't take much to stop it. It's a pawn move or a knight.
But if you're not ready for it, it's so fun.
Well, I don't really feel like I learned anything from it. I just learned a stupid way to win a game. And I didn't really learn the theory behind it. I'm just like, I can do this, and game's over.
Well, I'll teach you now what it is. So the F pawn for both sides is the weakest pawn in the entire board.
King pawn?
So it's the pawn that's right next to the king. And the reason being is because the king is the only piece that defends that. All the rest of the pawns have a piece and two who are able to defend it. But the F pawn is the only defended by the king.
Yeah, because he doesn't even have a bishop there.
No, nothing is defending that pawn but a king. So you're able to early put the queen and the bishop attacking the F pawn. That's game over if they can't stop it.
Well, and if they don't catch it fast enough, you've got, what, 2 moves to block it, and then it's game over? It's so fast-paced.
But the thing is, once I see the queen come out, I'm just moving my knight.
No.
We're good, buddy. Another thing that I know that you and I thoroughly enjoy together are some movies, man. We talk movies a lot at work.
We speak pretty much solely in movie quotes.
And the funny thing is it makes a legitimate conversation.
We get interesting conversations.
And I know the first time that I met you at work, I think we were talking, I think you,
Kung Pow.
You brought up a quote, and I finished it, and that was when we became instant best friends.
That was the friendship right there. It's just, it was the stepbrothers moment. We just become best friends.
We totally
did.
See,
movie quotes. There we go.
So, and it was, the cool thing was I was working third. You were working second shift. For those of you who don't know, second shift is afternoon, and then I would come in overnights, and we would see each other for 10 minutes.
We weren't on the same shift that
No, we weren't. We didn't come until we both came to days is when we first got to be on the same shift together. And it was just in that little 15-minute crossover, a friendship was born. And now we'll be sitting out here working, and we'll just be talking movie quotes. And,
my finger points. Your clothes are black.
Anyway, we're going to get some rain. We got a thunderstorm blowing in. We're sitting out here in my truck after work, and
there's lightning too.
So if you guys hear some thunder and lightning and screaming incessantly, it's because we're terrified.
If we die, we die.
We're going to monetize it at the very beginning of it.
Want to die like I lived.
But anyways, what are some of your favorite movies, man? Because I know...
Just in today's talks alone, it's got to go back to Mel Brooks. Spaceballs is up there. Spaceballs, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein. Spaceballs 2 is... I'm cautiously optimistic.
Mel Brooks is involved with it, and so I am up. I just hope that he doesn't get neutered too much. Because
I agree.
His movies from the 90s and the 80s... As
very
everyone knows, they were different
politically incorrect.
Yes, they were very politically incorrect, and everything's very... Ooh, we got some wind blowing. Anyways, but they were very politically incorrect, especially Blazing Saddles. I could not make that movie now.
Oh, heavens no.
No way. But anyway, when I was growing up, we talked about this earlier today, is that I had this weird fascination with Robin Hood. I liked everything Robin Hood as a kid. I liked the old animated movie with the fox.
Disney.
From Disney. I loved that one. I liked Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves with Kevin Costner, which is still a good movie. I'll sit down and watch it. No regrets. And the other one, of course, is the Mel Brooks classic, Robin Hood, Men in Tights. Those are some of my favorites. Give me some of yours.
I'm going to give an honorable mention to The Princess Bride.
Yep.
Just because it's a cult classic.
Did you know there was a person here in town that met Carrie Hughes?
No.
Brandon, here at work.
Really?
He was doing some of his stuff down at the Trails and Rails, and Carrie Hughes came in. This was 2.5, 3 months ago.
Really?
He came to town because he was doing research for a movie role about a guy from Kearney who got kidnapped or became unsubscribed from life and never found again.
What?
And they're going to make a movie about it, and Carrie Hughes is going to be like the character. I'm not sure who it was going to be.
In Kearney of all
places. And Brandon shows me pictures, like, hey, do you know who this is? I was like, where's Carrie Hughes? And he's like, I just met him yesterday, and this is like for him with Brandon. I was just like, wow. Anyway, Princess Bride, great movie. I love Andre the Giant because I'm a big wrestling fan. Oh, yeah. And but Princess is a great movie, and I love because in chess, I play the Sicilian. And that quote where he's doing the drink off with the Sicilian guy, he goes, you never bet against a Sicilian when death is on the line. And that's for chess because I play the Sicilian now. And so, hey, we're going to be sitting here for a while. We got a rainstorm blowing in.
Yeah, that's okay.
It is. It is.
It'll cool it down.
Most definitely. But Spaceballs too, man. I am super excited for that. I love slapstick comedies.
Oh, it's the best.
And the more ridiculous, the better. I know you were telling me about Velocipaster and how bad that movie is. But
it's so bad that you can't tell if it was bad on purpose or just happy accident bad. You have to watch that movie, but you need to go into it knowing you're probably going to come out disappointed. It's hilarious, it's silly, but it's
As long as you don't go in there with such high expectations,
Yeah, no.
A blockbuster.
Don't go in there with high expectations. Go in there expecting to giggle.
Like that.
But the story is so impossibly hard to follow. It jumps all over the place and it makes no sense.
Sounds perfect.
It's great.
Sounds perfect. The more ridiculous, the better.
It's one of those things where you're like, I've seen that. I don't have to do it again now.
It's like there's some movies that I will watch over and over and over because they're just that good.
Smokey and the Bandit.
That's when you watch
Smokey and the Bandit from childhood. That was our like road movie. Me and my little brother, we'd always have, I don't know, a little 11-inch TV.
Something.
Slap it on the center console between the front seats and play Blazing Saddles.
As a kid?
Blazing Saddles, Smokey and the Bandit, and there was one more and I can't. Oh, Dodgeball. Dodgeball.
You can dodge
a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
That was the first movie that I was introduced to Rip Torn, and then like ever since, like
Men in Black.
Well, yeah, he was in Men in Black, but it wasn't like he was
one of the leads. I feel that.
And so, like now I know who he is. Like when I see him, it's like, and I actually have a funny story about Men in Black. It takes me back to my childhood. So when I go and visit my grandma, she lived down in Bullhead City, Arizona, and right across the river is Laughlin, Nevada. It's like a big town. And every year when I would go out there, we would go watch a movie. And for 4 years straight, that movie seemed to have Tommy Lee Jones in it.
Of course.
No, yeah. I don't know if my grandma had a thing for Tommy Lee Jones, which I kind of think she did, because there were a lot of movies out at the time. But if Tommy Lee was in a movie, we were watching that movie.
We were going to that movie.
And so we went and watched, Men in Black. I think Man of the House was one of them around that time. Fugitive was around that time. And it seemed like every year for about 4 years straight, we would go see a Tommy Lee Jones movie. But yeah, Men in Black, great movie.
They're all good movies.
Yeah.
I still love the first one. But the other two are pretty good too. I mean, they have the story together.
Is it the first one where at the very end they like zoom out like and among some aliens playing marbles with it? Is that the first one?
Yeah, that's the where they zoom out and it's the marble is our galaxy.
Yeah.
And there's these gigantic aliens playing marbles. Not that anyone knows what that game is anymore, but
You'd be surprised. I think I played marbles a little bit as a kid. But
now we got Pogs.
Do you ever play tops? Like when you have a little top and you wind it up and you get the
circle and
you got to knock top out.
The original battling tops.
The original like Beyblade.
Before Beyblade.
Yeah, the original Beyblade. But there was a movie that came out in like the 90s.
I think I know what you're talking about.
That was about this kid. He wanted the best top. And for the longest time, I didn't know what this movie was. It was just a kid about wanting the top. Come to find out, it's actually related to A Christmas Story. Ralphie. This is a movie. It's called A Summer Story.
Really?
Yes, and it's the same character from the same book. Christmas Story was just a section of that book. And this was the summer portion when he wanted the greatest top. And he had to go out and win this top battle. Yeah, it's mine when I found out.
I feel like I know what it is. I just don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
Take my life.
But yeah, that movie.
I had several of those growing up. The old school like Chinese. You throw upside down and they flip over midair.
Yep.
Those things were scary.
They were. Yeah.
Weigh like a pound and a half and you
to wind up the bottom
yeet them across the house because you don't want to take them outside and break the tips.
Yeah. So, Mel Brooks, what are some movies you're looking forward to? Like for me, I told you about the Naked Gun that's coming out with Liam Neeson. Totally excited for this movie.
I'm more of a gamer than a movie guy, honestly. So, Naked Gun, that is one of them I would love to see.
Okay.
I don't know what else is coming. I do the movies enough to know what's coming to play. I don't have cable at home because I don't see a point. Mm-hmm. So I get to see all these trailers. But I spend most of my...
Let's see. Now we're back. We're back, everybody.
And we're back!
Sorry, I had a phone call. Hello, Wifey Boo. If you're listening, I love you. And let's go ahead and just transition into video games then.
I spend most of my time either gaming or 3D printing or both. My life pretty much revolves around my computer. I love them. I love maintaining them. I love gaming on them. Just technology is my Achilles heel, basically.
Gotcha.
I've done a little bit of streaming here and there. I've never really gotten into that too much.
Why is that? Why don't you think you got into it as much as... I think that you'd be pretty good at it. You got a great personality.
I had fun doing it. I still intend on doing it. It's just I had to move stuff around, and I don't have my setup the way I want it.
Gotcha.
So I haven't been doing it for a while. I've got it in my head that I want to do a beginning to end, obviously not like one sitting, but a full beginning to end playthrough of the re-release, the remake of Paper Mario and the Thousand Year Door.
Wow, that's a throwback.
It is my favorite game of all time. Why, I can't put my finger on it. It just is. It's my childhood favorite game. It continues to be my favorite game. They re-released it on Switch a year-ish ago, and it's the only game I've bought on hard copy in the last 4 or 5 years.
Doesn't seem like many people buy digital, or the physical anymore.
It's just not worth it.
Everything's digitals anymore.
It's not worth it. It's not like you're having cartridges anymore. It's all discs, or I guess Nintendo still uses cartridges. But
yeah, basically it's digital license now.
I prefer the digital licensing. The only downside to that is that if the servers go down, your game is gone. It's you're renting game for a one-time fee, basically, is what it amounts to. But I wanted 100% front-to-back playthrough of Paper Mario on stream. I know so much about it that I feel like I could be a good narrator for that game. Mm-hmm. And it would be a lot of fun. I think it would be one of those things where I could get an audience, potentially, and hold their attention.
What did that originally come out on? What
GameCube.
Console? GameCube?
That was Nintendo GameCube in 2003.
Was that 2001 or was that 90s?
I don't remember. Now I gotta look it up.
It's okay. GameCube was one I didn't really get into. I was more of a PlayStation guy for a long time, and then I was an Xbox guy for a long time, and then I came back to PlayStation. I don't know. I don't really like not Mario. I don't really like Mario that much, but I don't really like the Nintendo consoles as much. And I don't know why, but I stigma that they're geared more towards
children.
Kids. And like, if you would be a serious gamer, you better have a PlayStation or an Xbox.
PlayStation in modern times, a PC.
My son would tell me if I wanted to be a serious gamer, I have to have a gaming PC. If I have anything other than that, you're just a casual.
That's the general consensus now. And I don't think it's too far off. You have so many benefits with PC gaming. Higher refresh rates, higher frame rate monitors, better video quality, mouse and keyboard as far as like first person superior.
Oh yeah, much so.
It's a curve, but once you get it, it's a night and day difference. But I play a lot of Monster Hunter. That's my main go-to.
You play that on PC, or do you play that on your
That's
phone?
on my Xbox and on my phone, actually. There's a mobile version too. But Monster Hunter Wilds is the most recent iteration of the genre. And I play with a couple of coworkers. My wife plays. It's just beating up giant lizards with really giant oddball weapons.
It's like Final Fantasy.
Basically, it's Final Fantasy with more weapons.
Sweet.
And less story. It's mostly dip lizards with big weapons. There's guns, there's glaives, there's my favorite hunting horn at this point, which is basically a giant saxophone. It's a support weapon. You buff your party.
Saxophone.
Giant musical instrument of some kind.
There we go.
The main one is a saxophone. It starts off. There's a drum. There's chimes.
If you find this content helpful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with a friend who loves chess. Your support helps grow the Central Nebraska Chess Club and bring chess to more students and families in our community. If you'd like to support us, you can make a donation through our Kearney Area Community Foundation Fund. The link is in the description. Every share, like, and donation build a stronger chess community. Thank you.